Hi, Stefan Swartling here from Swartling Network. Some images of the coming Motorola Moto X+1 has leaked out, where they compare it to the older Moto X. But before we check them out, I will tell you some about the specs of the Moto X+1, and as usually it has some lower specs than the higher end phones. But that is only for the better really, because Motorola does exactly the same as Apple is doing. They optimize the software for the hardware, so the performance is excellent anyways. But the rumor is that the Moto X+1 will have a 12 megapixel camera and a 5.2 inch display with 1080p resolution. It will also have a Snapdragon 801 2.5 GHz processor and 2 GB of RAM memory. And it looks like it will only have 16 GB of internal storage. But let's check these leaked images out now. Here you can see the older Motorola Moto X, and here is the new Moto X+1. And as you can see, they start at the same below here, and up here you can see that the Moto X+1 is a tiny bit taller and maybe a bit wider than the older Moto X phone. And this is because of it now has front speakers instead of rear speakers. It doesn't say if it's stereo speakers or mono speakers, but probably they have just moved the mono speakers from the rear to the front. And here you can clearly see that cut out for the rear speakers now. Kind of cool. And in this image you can also see that it's the rear speakers that makes it taller than the older Moto X. So the Moto X+1 will be a bit taller and a bit wider. You can see that clearly in this image. Motorola will present the coming Moto X+1 and the Moto 360 and the Moto G2 on their event September 4, and it will be very interesting to see these devices. As I said before, I liked that Motorola optimizes the software for the hardware exactly as Apple is doing with the iPhone and iOS 8. So the phone doesn't need to have the extreme high-end specs, but still have an excellent performance with an excellent user experience. And that way it will have a better battery life and so on. So I like what Motorola is doing. They're doing great. Okay, please like this video. Bye.